As the 1960s dawned across the South, a new civil war raged, not to break the bonds of slavery, but the restraints of inequality. Leading up to 1960, there had been violence against African Americans to keep them from eating at segregated lunch counters, to prevent them from riding in the whites-only seats on public transportation, and to prevent them from attending white schools. Governors had stood in schoolhouse doors, and Southern senators had called for massive resistance to be practiced against the integration of public schools. Some states left the issue up to the individual school district, leading to the closure of schools in some localities. Some set up boards and committees as stumbling blocks to slow any advance made toward desegregation. When the battle came to the mountains of Southwestern Virginia in the summer of 1960, no one knew just what would happen. At a pace made deliberately slow by the state agencies, the issue began to come to a head, and two southwestern districts integrated without violence. The Roanoke City Public Schools and Galax-Grayson Public Schools seemed to simply give up the fight against desegregation, but it was not quite that simple. The Roanoke City and Galax-Grayson Public School systems each integrated and did so peacefully, but not without resistance. Roanoke school integration was ordered by the Virginia Pupil Placement Board. This board was set up to oversee the transfer of African American students from the separate but equal schools to exclusively white schools. It was also set up with a purpose not officially defined, that is, to slow the progress of integration. In ordering the Roanoke City schools to integrate, out of the 39 students that applied for transfer to white-only schools, only 9 were considered qualified to begin classes. The resulting court case kept the remaining 30 out of school for the first day of classes. Even though the integration was slowed and made contentious by the Pupil Placement Board, the event was peaceful. Peace was maintained through experience with integration. Previously, white store owners had worked with the NAACP and other black leaders to integrate lunch counters throughout the city. The cooperation from both sides of the issue in the city had convinced the community that all integration should be done without violence, whether everyone agreed on it or not. Galax-Grayson schools were integrated by order of federal judge John Paul. 8 black students of the Old Town Magisterial District of Grayson County filed suit to gain admission to Galax High School, with whom Grayson County Public Schools had a contract to admit and educate students from that district, which bordered the independent city of Galax, Virginia. After the ruling, Grayson County desegregated its schools in preparation of the arrival of the students from the Old Town District. However, they had fought to go to school with their neighbors at Galax and showed up to enroll there. They were sent away. Then, after a late-night meeting of the Galax School Board, so were the white Grayson students. Galax would break the contract and send 285 students packing in the middle of the school day. Only through subsequent court orders and a massive petition campaign was this exhibition of massive resistance reversed. Although no violence occurred, the move to integrate Galax High School was massively resisted. Grayson County did not resist and accepted integration peacefully as well. The Roanoke City and Galax-Grayson County school systems all integrated with no violence. They all made it a point to eliminate violence from the process by simply refusing to bow to it. However, there was resistance to integration. Some came from outside the district, some came from inside, but none of it came in the form of violence. As massive resistance began to wither and die, different authorities commanded that these schools all be integrated, and they would do so through widespread community involvement without violence, but with the presence of resistance.